Hey guys, I'm Kyle from kolpintraining.com, and today I'm here to show you guys how I meal prep and how I'm going to do it to have optimal flavor to the food that I'm making. Today we're going to be making some sweet potato fries, a little bit of a chicken medley, some Chilean sea bass with dill and butter, and a salt and peppered flank. Remember, if things like this are measured appropriately and they fit into your macros, it's really no sweat. They're just going to be lightly seasoned and thrown into the oven until they're baked and ready to eat. Okay, they can be thick, they can be thin. I find the thinner they are, the better they cook. If you have them a little too thin, what's going to happen is they're going to burn up in the oven. To make sure that your olive oil is real, generally what will end up happening is right along the bottom here, you're going to find some white sediment. That's a clear sign that it's real olives that have gone into your olive oil. Little trick I learned from a couple of Greek guys way back in the day. A little bit of salt. I'm a big fan of Himalayan pink rock salt. So we'll get some of that over top. Notice I don't really care how much of that I'm putting on. I'm not a stickler when it comes to measuring salt in my meals. Whether there's a lot or a little, what I find is that the best choice is to make sure that the amount of salt you're taking in each day just matches the amount of salt that you've taken in the day before. Okay, so now that those are in, we're gonna get our butter into the warmed pans, and then we're gonna go toss our chicken on the barbecue. Onions, a lot of people don't know this as well, are a great source of prebiotics. Ultimately, when it comes to the food we're eating, digestion is king, so we want to make sure that we're choosing foods that are easy for our body to digest and utilize, in turn have an easy time turning into muscle growth and development. So what we're going to be dicing up here is a pineapple. Pineapple is very high in bromelain, therefore great for digestive health. Most pineapples have a core in the middle, so we cut around the core. So we're going to cook this about 70% of the way through. That way when we go to dice it, it'll cut up nice, get it in a pan, get it seasoned the way we want to season it, and make ourselves up a nice little stir fry. Like a nice little baby's butt. We got ourselves a good piece of flank here. We're going to cut this baby in half. Here with some onions, a little bit of butter. Get that stuff on top. Yeah, so we took flank steak here, because you notice it's got very little fat to it, so it's a very lean cut of meat. If you're looking to stay relatively lean or have a leaner cut of meat, flank's pretty well the way to go. So, heavily salted. Whew. I'm gonna fire up one of my favorite white fishes. Here we have a Chilean sea bass. Notice, skin side, okay? We're gonna put skin side down. We do this because the skin will naturally protect the fish while we're cooking. Like everything else that we're cooking around here, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Never, ever, ever skimp on the dill when you're cooking this stuff. Dill is gonna lose a lot of its taste when we're cooking. We wanna make sure there's an ample amount of it so we can really get a good experience while we're sitting down to eat. Anybody that says they can't handle fish or fish is too fishy, this is the fish for you. It does not taste fishy, will not upset your stomach lining. As far as sauces we're going to use for the chicken, I'm a big fan of C. Hughes, no sugar added, original barbecue sauce. Okay, you can get this at Fortino's, no extra sugar to it, so those of you that are dieting, by all means, help yourself. I like to mix that with a nice Dijon. There's next to no fat, no calories to any of this. So this is another thing that you'll find I'm saucing with rather frequently. Then we're going to cut the chicken up into slices. Makes it pretty easy to weigh and separate into your meal prep. But it tastes good too, right? Now, this is important too for flavor. Notice the onions and dill starting to cook at the bottom here with a lot of the butter. We're gonna drop those up on top of the fish so that the essence of those items can soak into our fish. I'm often asked, where did I learn to cook? Truth is, self-taught. 15 years of eating bland chicken and rice tends to put you back up against a wall and force you to learn new things. So, took to the internet a little bit, learned from there, and that kind of grew into knowing what my flavor palette was like and what I enjoyed eating and what foods really worked for me, and then I just started incorporating them together. Okay, this is an organic Chardonnay fusion, organic wines. I like to use a lot of white wine whenever I'm cooking with fish, just a little bit. I find it helps with the whole cooking process. If we're doing certain red meats, I will add a little red to them. Typically, if I'm doing a pasta sauce, I'll do that from scratch, and there'll be a fair bit of Malbec in there, or a Pinot Noir, and there's actually Pinot on the table right now. Typically, there's chicken here, there's fish, these fries, and the steaks will get me through about 1 day worth of food. All right, now to top it off, lemon herb aioli. A little high in fat though, so if you're getting ready for a contest, I kind of recommend against it. So I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of it, give it a crush, just like that. So you notice I didn't prep any rice today, and that's usually because I have this massive container full of it 24/7, so we'll get a cup of that. And we'll just graze around. And now we're gonna grab the fries, which should be finished. There we go. Made to measure. And pour it on top. We have Chilean sea bass with rice, dill garnish, and a garlic or a lemon and herb aioli. We have our flank steak here with sweet potato fries, tomatoes, onions, and parsley. And we have our chicken done with a Dijon and sugar-free barbecue sauce with more basmati rice and a little pineapple to help with digestion and keep our vitamin C content high. So if you guys can think of anything you'd like to see me cook, please put it in the comments below and I can show you how to do that and season it appropriately so that it's best adhered to both your growth season and your on season when you're prepping for prep. Hit up kolpintraining.com for all your nutritional needs. There I can create a custom diet for you that'll best adhere to your plan and your program. I'm Kyle from kolpintraining.com. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and also to subscribe here to Kolpin Training so that I can keep making videos to help you guys. Thank you very much. Take care.